Hey guys, welcome to Pansy's Place. It's time to winterize. Okay, so I'm gonna get started here by filling my roses. You can see the soil level is really low by the end of the summer. And these are container roses, so you lose some soil when you water them. So I'm just gonna fill these in with some soil that I mixed up at home, and you can see what I put in the soil in the box below. So I'm just gonna get this full here and kind of round it off at the top and really pack it in to replace that missing soil. Also, the purpose of this is just to get the soil level back up, and also to create a nice warm cushion for those roots so that they survive the harsh 6A winter. So I'm just leveling this off right now, and this is a Grutendorf that I'm working with, and it's really sticky. You can see on some of those branches how sticky it is. So I got it all leveled off here. Next step, I just packed on a little bit of peat moss. That's my little secret for the winter, to pack away with the peat moss, because I think it just helps the roots survive. I know a lot of people don't do this, but this is my winterizing routine. It works for me, might not work for everybody, but I'm sharing what works for me. And then I take a little bit of bubble wrap and make like a nice little pocket there, so that it stays warm. And afterward, at some point, I'm going to put the canvas, the burlap sacks over these plants, but this will keep the roots nice and warm. And then I just put a little bit of peat moss back on top, so that the bud union's buried nicely, and the roots have a chance through the winter. So this is what it looks like. I just tighten that up with a little piece of tape. Kind of sits like this for a little while until I get ready to cover it up with the sack, and this stays on, and it can still get some rain here and there. So that's what I do for all my container roses, as well as the ones in the ground, but I don't do as much for the ones in the ground. But this is the first year for these plants, so I really want them to survive. For my other videos, you can see how well they did this summer, so I'm gonna have those same roses out next summer. So here I did them all. Here's 4 sets of container roses I have, and these are my lower roses, my short growing heirlooms, and I actually have some long stems that I have to do too, which is pretty hard because those stems are like 5 feet tall. But these were the easiest ones to do, to show you just my winterizing technique. And in some other video, I'll show you them with the sacks on top of them, although I'm sure you've seen that before. So here I'm over at some of my long stems that are in the ground, and I'm at eye level here. You can see that this rose is my height. Yep, I'm like 5'2". So these are my roses that are grew on the vine. Oh, I just love these, so beautiful. And look, it's October, mid-October, and it's still blooming. You can see this vine's been really successful. I mean, it got like 3/4 of the way up this summer, and I'm just turning to the side so you could just see what it looks like on the vine. Nice. And we'll switch back. And so what I want to do is get all these plants. These plants are all still growing. It's amazing. It's like it's chilly here in October, but you know, roses, they never cease to amaze anybody, and they smell so good. So you can see here I have 5 plants here. The 2 in the back that are trellis, and these three long stem roses, and this one is my absolute favorite. She's so beautiful, and she did really well this summer. And here's the other one that I have on the trellis. It didn't grow as high as that other one, but it's very, very bulky. So it's growing, I don't know why, but it's growing on both sides of the trellis. I put it on the front side, but it kind of just grew off and split. So I'm gonna back up here and let you see like what I got cut out for me. So this is kind of wild, like the grass is a little bit overgrown underneath it, which is okay, because that's only gonna help the soil and the roses when it finally goes away. So here you can see I did all 3 of these. I did the trellises. I wrapped them up just like the other ones and put some peat moss on top. I didn't have to put soil on top of these because when I planted them, they all had soil with them. So all I had to do was get a bunch of peat moss, bury the bud union, and the roots in the peat moss and tie that bubble wrap nice and tight. And this one I had to do both sides, which is weird. I was like really bent over to do that. But this is a beautiful plant when it's blooming. I didn't get that many flowers this year because these are first years, but next year I hope to. And you can see in some of my other videos how many roses I get. So